Hello everyone. Welcome to this lecture in which we are going to study about the Consolidometer. That is actually the device that is used for the laboratory consolidation test for the soil to determine the values of AV or CV, that are the important parameters related to the consolidation of soil. To determine these parameters in the laboratory, we use a device that is known as consolidometer or oidometer. And here you can see the diagram of the same. And here you can see that this is the soil specimen at the center, whereas this soil specimen is now bounded, or it is sandwiched by the porous stone from both bottom as well as from the top. Apart from that, there is a ring through which you apply the load, and this load is increased in installments, and the change in the thickness of the soil is observed during the test. Apart from this, there is some provision also for the drainage of water in this particular setup. So, if we see that this consolidation test is generally performed at a room temperature in floating or fixed rings of a diameter from 5 to 11 centimeter and from 2 to 4 centimeter in height. This diagram is of a fixed ring type. In a floating ring type, the ring is free to move in the vertical direction. And here, if you see that in floating ring type, compression occurs from both top and bottom, and friction available between the soil sample and ring is comparatively less. Whereas in a fixed ring type, the soil sample moves only in the downward direction. However, the drainage at the bottom porous disc can be controlled or measured in this case. Hence, it is also used for the measurement of permeability of the soil sample. But here you can see that these porous stones are provided purposely so that drainage can occur in the vertical direction. So this device setup is only for the one dimensional consolidation of the soil. Now, the soil sample is contained in the brass ring between two porous stones about 1.25 centimeter thick. By means of the porous stones, water has free access to and from both surfaces of the specimen. The compressive load is applied to the specimen through a piston here, and by the means of a hanger or dead weights, or by a system of levers also. So there is a system of lever on which you apply the weights. The compression is measured using a dial gauge. At the bottom of the soil sample, you can see here that water can expel from the soil flows through the filter stone into the water container that is present here. The main purpose of the consolidation test on soil sample is to obtain the necessary information about the compressibility properties of a saturated soil for use in determining the magnitude and rate of settlement of structures at field. Loads are applied in steps, in installments, in such a way that the successive load intensity is twice the preceding one. That means every time the load is doubled. The load intensities commonly used are 1 by 4, 1 by 2, then 1, then 2, 4, 8, and 16 tons per square feet. Or it can be also 25, 50, 100, 200, 400, 800, and 1600 kilonewton per meter square. Each load is allowed to stand until the compression has practically ceased or it stops no longer than 24 hours. So the maximum time duration for each installment is around 24 hours, and the dial readings are taken at elapsed time in some regular time intervals like of 1 by 4, 1.5, 1, 2 minutes, 4 minutes, 8 minutes, 15 minutes, 30 minutes, 60, 120, then 240 minutes, and then 480 and 1440 minutes from the time the new increment of load is applied to the soil. Sandy samples are compressed in a relatively shorter time as compared to the clay samples because of the variation of their permeability. But after the greatest load that is required for the test that will be applicable at the field, the soil sample is loaded up to that maximum load, and finally the load is now removed in decrements to provide data for plotting the expansion curve of the soil in order to learn its elastic properties and magnitude of plastic or permanent deformations also. So that is the total consolidation test that we perform. So how we perform that we have studied here. Now, how is this water pressure that is present in the soil varies that we are going to study in our next lecture. So see you there. Till then, keep learning, keep growing.